coming in, and they've taken away the Kalista. So that does leave Tristana up for Berserker, Kai'Sa up. I think counter-picking support makes the most sense. If they pick Renata, Nautilus would be a good R5.
Yep, we're expecting an AD carry here. Cloud9, will they lock that one in? That's your hyper carry angle right there. Trundle and Ornn on the front line.
Oh yeah.
Jinx being the firepower from behind the scenes.
Stock standards, front to back scaling. Looks like that's going to be C9's plan, so I think they'll pick something like Tahm Kench up on 5 here just to make sure the Jinx is safe, depending on what Fnatic blind pick here on support.
I mean, we've got 2 immobile, hyper-scaling AD carries going head-to-head in this bottom lane, man.
Yep.
This one's going to go off. I can already feel it. Deep down in my veins, deep down in my blood, there is going to be some action around the bottom lane here in this game.
Yeah, front-to-back positioning is going to be absolutely everything. So Jarvan might be getting picked up here, putting the Maokai top. So this is the first time we will see Wunder on the Maokai. Razork had a fantastic success with the champion. So Fnatic being a little bit more aggressive here. They're saying we could pick Renata Gragas and play front-to-back, but we're going to pick Jarvan to shut down your immobile carries right now. How aggressive does Hilly want to get with this support blind pick? They're playing in a Philios lane, so a lot of enchanters work well with him, melee supports, but you can pull something out the box like a Pyke if you really want to play for early game towards bot side with that Jarvan as well.
How fast and loose is it going to be, Fnatic? Or we'll get the Soraka instead. Okay.
The beauty of the Soraka is Rogue brought it out in the semis and the finals and in the LEC domestically. And the Jarvan ult is the same size, width-wise, as the Soraka E. So you can silence someone in the Cataclysm to stop them from being able to get out of it with their flash, right? So that might be the idea here as well. Attributes a lot to front to back, helps out in that sense. Now does C9 pick up a range support here, Tahm Kench and engage support to help be a little bit more aggressive on the bot side to help out the Trundle, but it's going to be Jinx Lulu.
Okay.
Enchanter's bot, tanks top. I don't think I need to describe how these comps work because it's very front to back.
It's very basic League of Legends here. There's nothing super tricky. It's team fight versus team fight.
And I think this is just a good adaptation from C9. They've tried carries top, they've tried the LeBlanc mids, they've tried the MF and the engage supports. None of it's really been working to the sense where they want to repeat it and try it again, but they've just thrown everything out the window and say, let's put Fudge on a tank, let's put Jensen on a scaling mage, and he's comfortable on Berserker and Sven on a hyper carry bot.
Still standing on top of his own control ward. He knows he's not seen. Sven walking up, but Razork, he's patient. He's calculating. He knows Berserker is the target who has no flash. Razork, it's Blabber who's having to walk away from it now. Razork, he goes for a bad flag, and C9 gets first blood in the Fnatic jungle.
There's the counter gank that Blabber was looking for. Razork was a bit unsure which target to look for. Upset's fighting back against Berserker.
Upset wants to go, but C9 wants him to go home. Hylissang and Upset
Blabber, the wave's pushing out, let's cover it. Razork here a little bit questionable. He thinks I'm going to run past the Trundle here and look for Jinx, but then by the time he realizes she's too far, he misses his combo onto Blabber, flashes over the pillar, but then Blabber matches the flash. Of course, PTA Trundle early can do a lot of damage. A bit of a blunder there from Razork, but great.
So it's understandable. You've got Hylissang having the ulti here on the Soraka. That's something that's going to matter a lot. Ornn ulti goes through. Razork gets the heal. Blabber's going to survive. Razork dies again. Humanoid dies after. Double kill back over to Jensen. Cloud9 come to life.
They get the Herald. They get 2 kills onto Jensen. Fnatic took the 3v3 with a Soraka ult and they lost. They all focused on Blabber, but they could not get the initial kill. And now we're sitting 9 minutes in the game. C9 off to a very strong early lead.
Huge advantage there for C9. The Soraka ulti, Fnatic thought that's their ace up the sleeve, but it did not do enough.
So Blabber is actually level 5 when this play kicks off. They go instantly onto Razork and try to get him down, but Blabber gets the Herald and levels up, and the Trundle passive heals him up so much that he then ults Wunder as well, so he gets so much resistances and health back into this Trundle, so that he actually does not fall. That fear Wunder, no flash, and Blabber is around.
Well, Blabber walks over one of those saplings, but Fudge is ready to come in. Blabber has flash to get in range. Subjugate is down. Chop, chop, chop. They're going lumberjacking, and Blabber gets another.
Knows that Razork will be topside. Might have to be careful here though, because Razork's being a little bit cheeky.
Jensen getting the shockwave on Humanoid, but now he's got to be careful. Razork making his way in, goes super mega death rocket. Make these plays they've been having.
Yeah, I'll take a look at this one again, because Jensen using the ult here to poke out Humanoid. Of course, the range advantage so much in the Oriana's favor. So Razork runs around here, takes a tower shot there, Jensen, but Humanoid thinks, well, my job here is done. Jensen is dead, but it's the rocket here that Humanoid decides to take a recall on and just gets hit right at the top.
Jensen getting dunked. Razork keeping him locked down. Sven comes in. Jensen gets killed, and it's Humanoid getting paid.
They can pick this one up as well, unless Humanoid decides to TP behind them.
Well, C9 are just straight going for it. Hillsong is stuck. The traffic cone blocks the road, and C9 get the mid lane turret and the support as the cherry on top.
Hilly getting caught there, no flash from earlier like you highlighted. C9 find an avenue into contested. It's quite early on, but Razork
getting jumped on now. He tries to get away. That cancel was beautiful. 20-minute Barons are tough, Cadril, but when the enemy jungler's dead, they become a little easier.
Oh, they definitely do. Now C9 will start this up. They'll TP in with Fudge. This Baron is as good as gone. Fnatic can try to fight this 4v5, but they might be running into their own death here. Jensen's quite low on mana and has no ultimate. The Baron will die. Can C9 get out?
Jensen does have the blue buff stolen away from Fnatic. Blabber's left to the Baron. It is secured by C9, and Upset is going to get jumped on. Blabber beats him over the head with the club as Fudge tanks 3. Upset still getting away. Fudge should die here to Fnatic as Upset gets out. Jensen protecting the tank. Wonder continues forward and flashes back out. C9 regrouped as 5 in hot pursuit. Fudge leads the way, and C9 gets another.
They get the Baron, they get out, and they get a kill as a consolation prize as well. C9, after that pick, execute it perfectly. They stay together, they manage to get Upset summoners as well, and this all comes off the back of this pick. So the polymorph onto Razork, watch this shockwave. Jensen just pulls the trigger the second he sees the combo, pulls Razork back in. Even if he flashes there, C9 can gap close and get the kill. The start of the Baron happens. Fnatic a little bit split here. Hylissang ideally would want to be with Upset, but Upset's next to Wunder. C9 force Humanoid out, they finish the Baron, then they turn.
One of my favorite things to do in a game of League of Legends is look at the smallest thing, the individual button push that made the biggest difference. And that shockwave from Jensen was just massive. Fudge also playing this beautifully, knowing exactly what his limits are.
He is so damn tanky, isn't it? And C9 force out Upset's flash, then they come back to help out their top laner. Wunder does a good job here to avoid the knockup, but there's just no damage to help him out. As much as Hylissang can keep him alive, he's out of mana, and he's out of tier 3. Fudge is pushing in mid up against Humanoid.
Blabber is just charging in. They are trying to hard force this. The turret stays alive. C9 have gone a little bit too far, but Fnatic will only get the 1 kill back on the jungler. Fudge fires off a big ulti as Hilly tries to get away and barely lives himself. C9 have leveled the playing field 4v4.
No flash.
Upset has no flash. He has no way out. And now Fnatic have no AD carry.
They're going to get this bot in it 22 minutes into the game. 20 seconds on Wunder, 30 seconds on Upset. They have a small wave to look for the end. We'll see if Humanoid can clear it out, but C9 looking for the Nexus towers.
C9 are bloodthirsty. It is 23 minutes into the game. Berserker will die underneath the turret, and C9 has to back up. Jensen nearly out of mana. Sven and Fudge very low on HP.
TP.
The game will not end here, but a TP from Wunder may cut them off. The Maokai ulti is not ready. Cloud9 still trying to get away from this one. The goal is to exfiltrate with as few losses as possible. Sven the target here at the start. Blabber's coming around trying to help him. Wunder leads the way, but the subjugate on the tree is going to make him a little squishier. Razork tries to fall back as Wunder continues distracting, but Blabber's still chasing. Fudge bellows breath, takes Hilly out finally as he tries to get back away from Razork, who just goes straight to his death. Here comes Humanoid. There goes Humanoid. Another rocket from another state away.
C9 stands strong and the reinforcements come in just in time. Does Jensen take down with the Landry's? No, he lives. Only Sven falls. Blabber fell initially and Berserker fell too. The reinforcements from both sides came in, but C9 win the fight. They get 4 kills on the back half of that play. And with Dragon up in 2 minutes, they're going to set up on this bot side. They didn't get a Nexus Tower, but they're on soul point. This was a hell of a long fight, and it all started with Wunder coming around on the flank, looking for Sven, of course, as the initial pick, because he's quite low on HP. Razor can't really gap close with the EQ, and by the time he looks for it, Blabber has shown up. Look on the minimap, because Upsets on the way, Berserker still dead, and then Humanoid will TP in a little bit later on. It looks good initially for Fnatic with the first kill onto the Lulu, but Wunder, he just can't get any help here. Great turn by Fudge to kill Hylissang and shut down Razork.
Where was this Cloud9 team the past week? This does not even look like the same squad. They have been playing beautifully as a team, setting these up, finding these timings, working to... Holy cow, they are turning on now when they absolutely must.
This comp is just, as much as it might not be something they ran so much in playoffs, more so like carry-orientated top sides, and with the hyper-carry spot like Zeri and Sivir, Jinx fits that.
Yeah.
She fits that kind of concept. And C9 with just scaling teamfights seem to all be on the same page. It's much easier to execute a comp like this than playing carries top and having Blabber, Hover, for Fura Jax, getting your side lane ahead, playing from side to mid. This is just raw teamfight, group mid and engage, and C9 are loving it.
Well, they still have to end the game, my friend. They can't celebrate until that Nexus falls. Tier 2 turret, all three of them are now nothing but rubble. C9 backing away. The Baron will spawn in about 30 seconds. They know that they can go for a recall, group up, force that objective, and Fnatic either has to take the fight in open ground or sit back and wait for the inevitable bulldozer coming to their base.
Over a 10,000 gold lead right now for C9. You can see the item difference. I mean, Jensen just picked up a Rabadon's dead cap. Fudge, top damage on C9 right now.
Yeah.
The Orb base damage is through the roof.
The classic AP mage tank hybrid assassin,
Bruiser,
DPS
Bard,
frontliner, Bruiser,
assassin.
Sorcerer, Cleric, Druid
Yeah,
of
Paladin.
Ornn.
The whole thing.
He's just incredible. He does it all. Get Ornn for your next team comp today as C9. They set up vision, they sweep away Fnatic's wards, and they'll have control over the Baron pit.
I think after this mid wave here, C9 can push this mid wave in, stop Fnatic from getting it in, and then just look for a Baron start and look to turn. But with 10 seconds on the Dragon, the easier play is just to walk towards this bot side.
Oh, they're not going to interrupt the EQ from Jarvan this time. They end up knocking him up just a little bit too early before the Dragoon Strike connects with the flag, and that means he's getting away. But C9 are getting their way onto the Baron. Fnatic are not coming to contest. They're just going to stop the Soul instead. So a single Cloud Drake traded away for a Baron. You'll take that trade any day of the week.
Yeah, C9 playing it a little bit safe here. The rocket connects, but the Dragon will not fall. Objective hunting over to Fnatic. I think they'll lose the Nexus Tower here. Fudge is TPing into the base. He recognizes that their base timers are skewed. How much can he get done here?
Fudge is alone. Nobody else is close enough just yet. Now he's finally back to the rest of the team. They're pushing down top side here with the Baron. They'll take out the tier 3. Now they're ready to fight. Razork goes into the back. He's got 2 locked down, but Humanoid's already gone. Jensen, unstoppable. Cloud9 finding the fight they need to end the game, and Razork will fall second. Wunder will do nothing, and C9 are going to find the first win of the group stage for North America.